Hello and welcome to the Star Citizen news summary for the week ending the 27th of June 2021. Star Citizen now for 3.14 is with the EVOCATI now, and we're expecting it to go to first wave PTU shortly, or at least I am, probably the coming week. The weekly shows this week were all 3.14 focused, but there were some good little nuggets of information there. Inside Star Citizen was the last episode of that show that we're going to see until the 22nd of July. They have this sort of hiatus for 3 weeks when they're just about to release a major quarterly patch. When it returns, we should see it much more 3.15 centric with its news and features. Inside Star Citizen had this amazing episode that gave us a much deeper preview of Crusader and Orison, some sneak peeks at it, some of it in engine, some of it sort of like what we can expect to see. The whole area looks fantastic and represents some of the best that Star Citizen's tech currently has to offer for gameplay area. However, the cloud tech there is still being developed and improved, and is going to see updates well beyond the 3.14 patch, especially for lighting and performance. Lighting of the clouds and the platforms at Orison was particularly difficult apparently because they needed it to look good at all angles, and Chris Roberts went, I want more clouds and better tech, and I want them to look better, so it took a lot longer. They said Orison uses large thrusters to keep it aloft, and they showed some of these thrusters off, and technically it would fall into the planet if it lost power, though I don't think that's actually going to be a thing, personally, unless they make it a thing in the far distant future. Orison's going to be like a static object, rather than set up like a ship, in my opinion. And maybe that might change in the future, but I would not expect to see it fall. We will not see living space rails in 3.14, so we are going to see them in the future, for sure. We're also going to have a hospital, a ship showroom, whale tours, and all that sort of stuff off the landing zone in the future, but not for 3.14. There are no current plans to add additional points of interest around Crusader at this time. The Ninetales lockdown event is PvP orientated, at least during the phase that we know about, which is the Crusader security and players that want to help them, defending ships that are scanning down, trying to work out where the quantum interdiction and the quantum disruption is coming from, and then Ninetales and players helping the Ninetales ships will be going down and trying to destroy those ships that are scanning. And in this situation, the crime stat that you have is going to change whether you get offered the assist to Crusader security or the Ninetales. So if you want to do the Ninetales bit, make sure you've got a criminal stat. It's going to be run multiple times through 3.14 and should be at the same time on all servers, or at least start at the same time. I do think, obviously, with these sort of phases immediately following each other and things like that, most likely that lots of different servers will be at different stages of it after they start, but it's going to be run multiple times, and it can be run multiple times over a 24-hour period as well. Xenothreat Remastered is also going to be run during the 3.14 cycle. It's a much improved version of that Xenothreat event, and I actually think that's pretty awesome. It sounds like the phases are immediately going to follow each other as well, so once you bring the cargo to the Javelin in a big group of cargo protected boys, you're immediately then going to, once the Javelin's been fully restocked, take the Warhammer, which is the name of the Javelin, to the fleet battle immediately. And if the sort of Javelin's been damaged, well, it's damaged for that fight. So I actually think that works a lot better, and there's loads of improvements and bug fixes and stuff like that as well. So really looking forward to that. The Constellation Taurus is going to be in 3.14, but still requires more work after its release because they want to get it up to gold standard. It's not there yet. They also reconfirmed that they want to take a look at the Constellation struts in the future too. Crusader itself is gas cloud biomes, and you can fly into the gas cloudy center of it. Like, you can go deeper into Crusader, but eventually your ship will get crushed. In the future, they want clouds to be moving as well. They've made fixes to the 890 jump and its cargo issues. There were a load of law system and crime stat updates for the patch. The surrender mechanics don't actually give you any real advantage to surrendering at the moment, but they will in the future. It will be a good practice to try not to get killed and things like that. It's much better to get imprisoned than killed is the idea, because I suppose if you get killed, it's both imprisoned and killed. I think they said that typically they fix 3,000 plus bugs per patch, but new patches also create 3,000 plus problems. Co-pilots and crew are able to use the missile operator modes to, fire missiles in 3.14. The new power management system has also seen an update and overhaul of all ship stats. So we might see some problems with stats if they're incorrect or need further balancing during the PTU. Feedback is going to be essential for that. The power MFDs now have a direct effect on where your power is going. So the power triangle, boop, 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 put it into shields or engines or weapons, and you're actually going to see the effect immediately. Capacitors will charge over time, so good management of that power will have you basically being rewarded in combat. Laser weapons need to recharge every so often as well, so you can't just hold the button down. Heat is no longer a short-term limiting factor, or at least that's what they're sort of going for with this, but it is going to cause long-term damage to your items, and is something you do need to deal with. Scanners and radar signatures may be masked by larger ships nearby. HUDs are fully physicalized in 3.14, so third parties can actually see them. On your ships, you've got crewmen running around, they can see what you're seeing on your HUD, but MFDs are yet to be set up for this. The Terrapin doesn't have anything additionally special this patch, but it will make use of its sturdy nature and better scanning for future patches, at some point anyway. Desync is still an issue, and they are really focusing on trying to get desync in a much better place. Hopefully it will be better in 3.14. Port Olisar isn't just going to disappear in the future. Maybe it will go out in a blaze of glory or become some kind of other point of interest, but they are going to be putting a new station above Crusader at some point in the future. The Gatac Railen had its Q&A this week as well. I'll highlight a couple of things from that, but as with everything we just talked about, I have focused videos looking at these summaries and the Gatac Railen and that Q&A. Its cargo pods are fixed and they can't be deployed or removed. You'd fill the pods by hand and in future via tractor beam and potentially via NPCs or services at stations, but you're not going to be able to deploy the pod and have it picked up by another ship or anything like that. Shield emitters are new physical components that will be on the exterior of ships that project a shield bubble or face. Small ships like fighters will typically have one emitter and therefore a bubble around your ship, so that one emitter covers the whole ship. Larger ships may have 4 emitters, and then that will have one emitter for each facing, though there may be some exceptions to that. Shield generators provide the resource for the shield still, so if you destroyed all the generators on a ship, it wouldn't be generating shields. If you destroyed all the shield emitters on a ship, it wouldn't be generating any shields. And if you destroyed one emitter on the front face, that means it will not be projecting shields on the front. But that is when we get shield emitters in the future. It sounds like they want to have all turrets have the option, potentially, of being slaved and locked forward to be fired by the pilot if you've got enough room for an AI blade to do that. So AI blades will be able to be used for that purpose, but I think there is some fitting restrictions and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see, but they did say all turrets. CitizenCon is a virtual event this year on the 9th of October, and Cloud Imperium have a virtual cosplay contest, which they just announced, that you can submit pictures of yourself in cosplay by the 31st of August for a chance to win ships and an exclusive forum badge title saying that you won the cosplay contest. I'll link the newsletter with all of those links down below as well if you want to get involved with any of that. The sneak peek this week was of an airlock of some kind. It looks like the ones that we've seen for the colonial outposts or homesteads, which I'm very much looking forward to because they represent new interesting points of interest and things to do on planets. And I think the colonial outposts are primarily going to be used in Pyro, but I think we'll see them in lots of other places as well. And I think they also represent big steps towards base building and lots of other stuff going on player hubs and things. But boom, that's it for today and this week's news. Hopefully we'll be making a load of 3.14 content next week. And as soon as that patch goes to first wave PTU, I will do all the contents. But what do you think? Are you excited for 3.14? What about Crusader, Orison, and the Nine Tails Lockdown? Are you going to be going there and seeing the Crusader and Orison, ooh, making it your home? And the Nine Tails Lockdown and the Xenothreat Remastered, are you really excited about them? Are you going to get involved with them? Is it sort of a good time to get friends into the game then, maybe? I think there'll probably be ship sales with 3.14 going live, and probably with each of those events as well. So like, get ready for the Xenothreat event, the ships that do combat. What do you think? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.
Oh, what's this? I just found all your search history online. You filthy boy, buying spaceships and going on Ship Hub. Zin, show a picture of a sexy ship or something. You should have used NordVPN. It's a VPN, obviously, and it has my seal of approval because I shill for them. Use the links below to get a discount and help protect your data, identity, privacy, and to help with online accessibility. Every month we have a ship giveaway, and June is no different. We are giving away a Mercury Star Runner to one lucky viewer that comments on one of my videos made during June on the YouTubes. Just get involved in the comments section, ask a question, or tell me what you think about the video or the subject we were discussing.
Thank you so much to my channel members who have pressed the join button below my videos, and my Patreons as well. Going the extra mile really, really helps the channel. Say thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Thanks for helping the channel, Zin.
Consider becoming a channel member or Patreon as well, and maybe you'll get some poorly photoshopped naughty spaceship shots. All saucy. Thanks for watching and all your support.